story, social media isn't just background noise, it's central to the plot. It drives the mystery, reflects the characters' dual lives, and critiques the culture of image over authenticity. It hides the truth, and also reveals it. So let's begin. Meet Jeong Taek, a quiet, lonely real estate agent. On the surface, he's just another guy following the same routine. Work, home, repeat. But behind his uneventful life is a disturbing obsession. He's fascinated by other people's private lives. Whenever clients leave their apartment keys with him to rent or sell their homes, Jeong Taek secretly sneaks into their houses when they're away. He doesn't steal, he doesn't damage anything, he just observes. He takes photos of unusual items like trophies, documenting their lives in secret. To him, it's a way of escaping his own emptiness. Then comes Sora, a famous social media influencer. Her online life is all about health, perfection, just her real life from a distance. He discovers she's the opposite, messy, stressed, and eating junk food. Her contradictions pull him in deeper. He starts following her on social media obsessively, but there's a problem. He doesn't know the password to her apartment. That changes one day when Sora walks into his office, saying she wants to rent out her place. She hands him the keys. Jeong Taek can't believe his luck. Now, with full access to her world, he enters her apartment. He even cleans her clogged sink, feeling strangely useful. For a while, everything seems under control, until one day, it all unravels. Jeong Taek visits her apartment and finds lifeless body on the couch, soaked in blood. Shocked and terrified, he flees. He's convinced that if he tells anyone, no one will believe he's innocent. So, he comes up with a plan. He brings a couple to the apartment, pretending to show the place, but when they walk in, there's no body, no blood, nothing. As if nothing ever happened. Jeong Taek is stunned. Was he imagining it? Or is something far more sinister at play? Trying to return to normal, he stops his sneaky house visits. But soon after, a mysterious letter arrives with a photo of him entering Sora's apartment and the chilling words, "It was you." Panicked, Jeong Taek realizes someone is watching him now. Desperate to uncover the truth, he turns to Sora's social media, digging through posts, followers, comments, and tags anything that might offer a clue. He uncovers a twisted web involving Sora's best friend and influencer rival. Their friendship had turned toxic, and they had even filed lawsuits against each other for fame. As he dives deeper, Jeong Taek discovers Sora had a creepy online stalker, someone who sent her obsessive messages and had been watching her for months. He tries to track this stalker down, but hits dead ends. Meanwhile, Sora's influencer friend files a missing person report, bringing Detective Oh Young-ju into the picture. During her investigation, she visits Jeong Taek's real estate office and questions him. He keeps calm on the outside, but is terrified inside. Then things escalate. One night, Jeong Taek returns home to find the lights out and two masked men waiting for him. A struggle ensues. One of the men's masks falls off. It's the online stalker. Jeong Taek escapes and calls the police. When they return with Detective Oh, they find the stalker dead by hanging. The detective suspects Jeong Taek staged the scene to kill the stalker. One night, Jeong Taek returns home to find the lights out and two masked men waiting for him. A struggle ensues. One of the men's masks falls off. It's the online stalker. Jeong Taek escapes and calls the police. When they return with Detective Oh, they find the stalker dead by hanging. The detective suspects Jeong Taek staged the scene to kill the stalker and cover his tracks. With no one left to prove his innocence, Jeong Taek runs in a final desperate move. He confronts Sora's best friend. What she reveals shakes him to the core. The Sora he thought he knew had two faces, asterisk, and that's where the story twists once. Again, Sora, not just an influencer, but a master manipulator. Before we dive in, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss any of my upcoming stories. Now, let's jump right back in. Jeong Taek was not the one following her, but it was the other way round. She saw him following her and she was annoyed and wanted to get rid of him, so she plotted against him. She knew he went to people's houses when they were not home. She created an opportunity for him and gave him the house keys to sell her house, while she approached her online stalker and made him her lover to help get revenge on Jeong. Sora faked her own murder, fully aware that Jeong Taek would be arriving at her house soon. She used her own blood, simulated a stab wound, and tested different positions to make it look real. Honestly, she gives me chills. When Jeong Taek saw her covered in blood, he panicked and ran. She calmly cleaned up everything as if nothing had happened and then disappeared with her mysterious online lover. Sora and her online lover were the two masked intruders who tried and failed to kill Jeong Taek in his own home, but when the lover's identity was exposed, Sora turned on him, killed him, and hung his body in Jeong Taek's house to frame him for murder. Meanwhile, the detective grew suspicious about Sora's sudden disappearance and decided to question her best friend, who repeated the same story. Now, the detective had to catch Sora red-handed, but had no idea how to do it. Sora lured Jeong Taek to his own hideout and tipped off the police. When they arrived, they found her posing as the victim and identified Jeong Taek as the abductor and murderer. He was arrested on the spot. While recovering in the hospital, Sora went online, played the role of a brave survivor, and thanked her followers for their love and prayers. As social media turned against Jeong Taek, his quiet nature and suspected split personality, his reputation crumbled. Feeling hopeless, he approached the detective, asking for her help in catching Sora and uncovering her true motives. The detective agreed, but warned that he too would face consequences for betraying the trust of his clients as a real estate agent. Jeong Taek accepted his fate. He told the detective that when he visited Sora's place, he noticed a lot of fur clogging the sink but saw no animals. Even though she collected online donations for their treatment, he vowed to make Sora confess to the murders and uncover where she buried them. The two agreed to team up. After Sora was discharged and returned home alone, she received a final letter from Jeong Taek asking to meet. She agreed, but this time, she was determined to kill him. She bought everything she needed, met him, and tied him up. As he confessed, she prepared to strike only for the detective to arrive and catch her red-handed. Sora was sent to prison, still pretending to be mentally unstable, while Jeong Taek served his own sentence. When he was finally released, the world had already moved on without him. And that wraps up the twisted tale of following a film that reminds us not everything online is as it seems, and sometimes the watcher becomes the watched. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a twist. Got a theory or question about the ending? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk. Until next time, stay curious and keep watching closely.